Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through all of Dubai's trending stories and bring you the 411. Today's headlines include residents will likely get 2 long weekends off in 2020.
Exciting. Also, the Dubai runway closure, everything you need to know, as well as a mother goes into labor at Dubai airport.
And 2 men have been arrested for witchcraft
Let's talk
in the
about
UAE.
Yeah.
What? And later on in the show, Casey spoke to Verdas last week and he shares his thoughts on being a comedian in today's day and age.
Interesting.
But before that,
Good morning.
good morning.
Happy Friday.
Right, it's finally the weekend.
It's like, wow, what a long week.
What a week.
I mean, how are you? How are you feeling today?
I'm good. I'm looking forward to the weekend.
Yeah, same. What are our weekend plans?
None. I might
Okay.
potentially see my family, but that's yet to be figured out.
I'm invited to
Besides
that,
that-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
for
we
sure.
did make that
We thought
agreement.
that. Mhm.
What about you?
I kind of just want to have like a nice low-key chill weekend, but not starting tonight because I am going to the Maroon 5 concert, which I'm quite excited about. So yeah, today I'll live it up. And then-
What's your favorite Maroon 5 song?
Okay, it has to be hands down, She Will Be Loved.
I don't know it.
What is that seriously? Like that
No,
is like
seriously,
classic Maroon 5.
Can you sing it?
I don't mind that. I think it's not gonna get into this right
No,
now.
no. I think you should sing it.
I feel like everyone here knows She Will Be Loved. It is a classic. If you want to win me over, like my heart and my soul, just, serenade me with She Will Be Loved.
And she will be loved.
And that's all you need, really. I'm not hard to please. Yeah.
The only song I can think of is Sugar, because Nicki Minaj has a remix of
Yeah,
it,
that's a fun one.
right?
Yeah, that's like a ball.
Do you want to sing that?
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, so no, and then the rest of the weekend, I just kind of want to like low-key kind of thing. Do a little more furniture shopping because I just moved into my new place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Furniture shopping is always fun.
It is fun until you get to like 4 hours in and then you're like,
Is it IKEA?
Yeah.
IKEA knows how to get you.
Obviously, you get lost in the maze of IKEA and then you're like, oh, this could be cool. And like,
But that's exactly how they lure you in.
I know.
I took this in a marketing class
Okay.
back in the day.
Right.
So the way it's structured is basically it gets you to go through literally everything.
Yeah.
So that you pass by things and you're like, ah, forgot I needed this.
I need that. Exactly.
And I went to IKEA 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was a date at IKEA.
Absolutely not. You took a date to IKEA.
No, the date took me to IKEA, and we had to go
Okay.
through everything. And I was like, like the horses with the blinds.
Okay.
I had to not look at anything.
Right.
I had to stop myself.
Did you buy her an ice cream cone at the end at least?
I didn't know they sold ice creams.
Okay, you know what? We need to have a conversation about this and where you take your date. This is not okay.
I did not plan this. I said, "Do you need help?" And then we went back to mine and watched the movie, and I
Okay.
was super nice about it. But that's
Cool.
just me.
Yeah, you redeemed yourself then.
I did, and like, I had like a beautiful edible arrangement
Wow.
out of snacks in my cupboard.
Okay, guys. So for anyone listening, you
feel like
could
you're
be like,
really judging
yeah.
me.
No, it's all good.
All right, fine. We'll move into the first story. So UAE residents are likely to get 2 long weekends off in 2020. So the long Eid break is finally done for most of the private sector, at least. But many have returned to work as of yesterday, and a lot of people are still on holiday. With that in mind, everyone's probably wondering when is the next holiday? And the UAE government says that there will be 2 more long weekends this year.
Yeah, so the 2 long weekends in 2022 are going to take place for Eid al-Adha and UAE Commemoration Day and National Day. So this could mean a 4-day break from July 9th to July 12th for the first long weekend, with a date subject to change depending on the moon sighting.
And as for the public holidays that usually fall on July 30th for the Islamic New Year and October 8th for Prophet Muhammad's birthday, peace be upon him, might not mean a long weekend since they both fall on a Saturday.
So, I mean, long weekends, who can deny? So the final long break is going to actually take place on November 30th for UAE's Commemoration Day. Okay, so how do we feel about this?
I like it because then it helps you with planning and figuring out what's happening, and you can book things in advance. And you said that you can plan a trip with your friend, right?
Yeah. Obviously, it helps you like if you're kind of like looking into the future, like
Exactly.
making plans or whatever. It's super helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I was having this conversation with my friends the other day. Like, what do we feel about extended long weekends, like permanently? You know, do we like 4-day work weeks, or are we good with the like, 5-day work week as it is? And honestly, I thought automatically people would be like 100% 4-day work week. Like, is that even a question? But there were a lot of people that were like, honestly, no, because then you'd have to like cram everything in to 5 days, like all your work.
What would you rather?
Into 4 days.
What would you rather?
In a perfect world, obviously the 4-day week. But
Okay.
honestly, I do see the argument. The like, because then at least when you have 5 days, you can kind of like, you're not that stressed. Like you have time to spread everything out.
That's the thing, but also like, don't you think there'd be a consideration that it is a 4-day work week, that the structure of what happens throughout the day will change?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which means that the extra 1 day is going to be to your advantage, mentally at least.
I guess, but like, will we be excited about weekends as much?
Even more
Is there,
so.
like, I don't know, does the like excitement of them go away when it's like, oh, I've got 3-day,
What's your
every
argument? Like, these all sound like pros.
They're pros, but I'm just trying to like, get double
Less of a workload and more excitement, more things to do. Like, don't you feel like the weekends fly by so quick?
Some weeks do, and then
That's true.
You know what I mean?
I feel like work in media, honestly, things fly by so fast. Like,
Yeah, it's very fast paced.
it's Monday, 5 minutes later, it's a Friday.
Exactly. I mean, in this case, it was like Thursday, and then the next day was Friday, which was pretty quick. So we didn't really feel it.
Such a blessing.
I know. I'm not gonna lie, it was great. Okay, so where do we stand on this then? Who do we talk to?
Undecided and unsure. I don't know.
Unsure.
Guys, comment, let us know.
Yeah, actually.
4-day work week or 5-day
5-day
work?
work week. And why?
There's only one right answer, realistically.
Realistically.
Speaking of flights,
Yeah, so speaking of flights, Dubai runway closure. So actually, summer plans, although they are well underway by now, and a lot of people are, deciding where they want to do. According to officials at Dubai International Airport, they're anticipating roughly 57 million passengers this year, which is insane. But starting May 9th, the northern runway is actually going to be closed for a 45-day renovation project, at which time several flights that typically fly into the airport are going to instead operate to or from Dubai World Central Airport.
so a number of airlines, including Fly Dubai, Indigo, and Gulf Air, will now be diverging some of their flights to Dubai World Central, which will be opening to 100% capacity for the first time since the global pandemic. But if you're flying Emirates, then there's nothing to worry about, as the flights will continue running from DXB.
Yeah. So travelers with plans to fly to or from Dubai during this time, so look at the dates again, they're advised to reconfirm flight details with the airline before starting their journey, and should obviously leave plenty of time ahead of departure to complete check-in, security, immigration processes, all that fun stuff.
Honestly, it doesn't sound like a bad deal to me because the airport is really close to where we both live, I guess.
Yeah, do you live near there?
Yeah,
Dubai
we
Central?
both do.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can see why it would be a little bit annoying if you've like already, again, like major whole summer plans, like you specifically know you're, going from this airport, and then you kind of have to like figure out, okay, wait, my plans might be changed a little. I don't know. Are your summer plans like confirmed yet?
Yeah, they are actually. Oh no, I'm flying Emirates.
Okay,
I'm
so
chill.
you're good, you're
Well, not
good.
really. I'd much rather go to the airport that's closer to me.
I mean,
But,
you're
like-
just gonna have to, I guess deal with it. But where are you flying to?
I'm going to Spain. I've mentioned it 17
Oh,
times.
yeah. Okay, look, I think maybe only like 2 times, but like where exactly are you flying to?
Barcelona. I'm going to Primavera.
Nice.
Right?
Love Barcelona.
I've never been, and I've never been to Primavera. Have you?
No, never been. Been to Barcelona, Madrid, Seville.
Look at you, world traveler.
No, I know. Look at me. But seriously, Spain is like one of my favorite
excited.
destinations that I've been to. So
I'm
far.
so excited.
Yeah.
Recommendations?
Are you a fan of paella?
What is that?
Okay, it's like their most famous national dish. Okay, are you a fan of seafood?
No, I don't eat seafood. I barely eat meat.
Okay, so then you're gonna have to like, figure out maybe like a vegetarian paella. I don't know, but like it's basically like a really nice, rich rice dish.
Okay.
Really good.
Seafood based?
Seafood based traditionally, but like
Okay.
super flavorful and like it's so good. Oh my gosh, also churros. They are famous for their
No
churros. And I
way.
have like the best recommendation for you.
Please.
Give it to you later. And I'm just like walking the cobblestone streets.
Right. It's so like
Yeah.
so European.
So European.
Like it's a different vibe. What do you think the weather's gonna be like? Because my friend keeps saying it's gonna be hot.
It's gonna be hot. Wait,
But, like,
what
in-
month are you going?
June.
Yeah, it's gonna be like mild.
But in comparison to Dubai, like
Okay, it's gonna be like winter comparison to Dubai,
Okay.
but like
humidity levels.
not as humid, but definitely like sun beaming,
Okay.
perfect beach weather.
So pack light.
So pack light, yeah.
Okay.
Also because like shopping there, like you're gonna come back like a whole new person, you
Yes.
know?
I'm so
Like
excited.
a European. Okay, I'm excited now.
What are you
too.
doing?
Okay, not 100% yet. So I'm going to Lebanon for a few days. Yeah, to
Nice.
visit my family. I'm going to attend a wedding. And then
times.
I'm going to Canada, I think, as
No
well.
way.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to Canada, see a little bit of my family and friends, and just enjoy some mild weather.
Are you going to Ottawa?
I'm going to Ottawa. Yes, I am.
Ottawa join you on that trip.
Hey, what up? So I will bring back some maple cookies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't know what those are, but they sound great.
They're delicious, and
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna love them.
I'm so excited. This summer seems to be filled with adventure and
Yeah.
desserts by the
Really
sound of
shaping
it.
up to be a good one.
A sweet one.
Hey,
Me and the
you
pod
on
on a
point
roll.
today. So okay, keeping in the theme of airports, a little bit of a stressful situation. So a mother actually went into labor at Dubai International Airport. So emergency services at the airport were called to action on Wednesday after a heavily pregnant traveler went into labor at Dubai International Airport. The traveler was transiting in Dubai with her 3 children after arriving from Riyadh. And when she realized she was in labor, she immediately alerted hospital staff, who thankfully rushed to her aid.
So Majan Latif bin Lahij, Director of Airport Security at Dubai Police, stated that the Dubai ambulance team managed to transfer the traveler to Latifa Women and Children's Hospital, while the Dubai Police team, joined by an employee from Emirates Airline, provided full care for the children and transferred them into an airport hotel.
Yeah. So despite starting off as obviously an extremely stressful situation, officials have now reported that the woman, her family, her newborn baby are all healthy and safe and sound back home.
What a beautiful story.
So nice.
Like super stressful, but like
Yeah.
glad everything works out, you know?
Very glad everything worked out, but I mean, honestly, just even reading about this story, I cannot
Nerve-wracking.
imagine the stress that she was going through, especially like having 3 children with you too. Like you not only have to worry about yourself, but them.
I know.
I don't know. Have you ever endured?
A stressful situation
Yeah.
like that. I can't think of any, thankfully. Like missing flights and stuff like that, but like that's as bad as it gets, as far as I'm aware.
You have missed your flight before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I haven't missed a flight, but like when you get, I have missed a flight.
You have?
Yeah, I
Where are
know.
we going?
I was going back home to Oman, and basically I got there an hour before, and I thought it would be cool, but it wasn't, because like they give the flights away.
Yeah.
You know when you book a flight and then like it's overbooked, they tend
Okay.
to overbook it and
Yeah.
then it messes up your plans. So that happened. What about
Very
you?
fun.
Not very fun at all.
I feel like, yeah, it's generally been like rushing to get to flights on time and kind of like begging the airport security to kind of like let me pass the line kind of thing. But I do remember this one time I was like transiting from Toronto to Ottawa. And basically when you do that, you have to put your bags like on the conveyor belt. Okay. They have to have a tag on them, obviously. Where's the machine gonna know where you're going to? So I just put my carry-on on there, had all my belongings, my laptop, all my important stuff, didn't have a tag on it. That got lost. It was Christmas break. It did not get retrieved, but you know what? It's all good. We live and we learn.
Envisioning how stressful this is. But
So
like it's not, neither of our stories are as bad as
Of course.
like
Like-
going into labor.
Yeah. And like also you're in an unfamiliar country. Like she was coming from Riyadh.
Yeah.
And she was just transiting in Dubai. So like hello, like I don't have any of my family members with me. I don't have my friends around me. Like,
And except children, which is like
yeah, exactly.
added pressure.
Added
But
pressure.
thankfully everything worked
Yeah,
out.
thankfully they did.
Is it true that if you go into labor and give birth mid-air, like your child's a citizen of the world?
I have heard about this.
But how factual is
I
it?
know. I think it does apply to certain countries, 100%.
But what countries? You're mid-air.
I don't know,
So,
like,
like-
yeah, but when you cross, like, at some point, the, like, air
Okay.
threshold, I don't know, then you're technically in that country. So,
Let's say we're flying. Oh, okay, I get it. So let's say we're flying from Dubai to Barcelona.
yeah,
Geographically, I don't know how accurate this is.
Yeah.
But like, you fly over,
you
I don't
got
know,
it.
like France or whatever,
Okay.
and you're in France when you give birth to the child.
Yeah.
Is the child suddenly of French nationality?
I think if France has adopted those rules, then technically speaking, yes. I
Okay.
think. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a bit too late for you, but like,
Ugh.
keep it in mind.
This was my one chance.
So sorry. But yeah, no, that's actually a pretty cool thing. Although, I mean, you can't obviously fly when you're like that heavily pregnant. So, because they just,
Good
airlines just don't
point.
let you. So,
Good point. Good point.
Yeah,
Like I
exactly.
think it's like 4 to 6 weeks
yeah, I think it's a bit later.
before your due date.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Essentially, yeah.
But like I just imagine like this whole like getting like whatever nationality mid-air, I always imagined it to be like luxurious for the kid with like a white passport and like like the Expo passport, the limited edition one that came out like
Yeah.
in the last month.
Yeah.
I imagined it to be like that.
And just like, you're just like, how cool, you get off the flight and they just hand you like, oh, obviously it's not that easy.
It's not that easy.
But yeah, in an ideal world.
And then one day when the child grows up and someone's
Yeah.
like, "Where are you from?" and you're like,
I
everywhere.
am a citizen of the world.
A citizen of the world.
Exactly.
Actually a child of the air, the sky,
Oh, a good one.
right?
Keep getting better.
Moving on to our last story, 2 men were arrested for witchcraft. So the 2 men of Arab nationality were accused and arrested for performing witchcraft for monetary gain. They would lure customers in by conveying that they have supernatural abilities, I guess, and the ability to perform black magic rituals that would help resolve people's issues and problems.
Interesting. Okay.
Very interesting.
So the individuals were actually tipped off to the Ajman police under the suspicion, of illegal activities, to where the police department sent an undercover CID team who've contacted the men. They agreed to pay them 10,000 dirhams for their services and to meet in a hotel in Ajman, at which point the site was then raided and the suspects confessed to their crime.
That'll get ya.
Yeah.
So witchcraft is illegal in the UAE, and accused practitioners can face a jail sentence and a fine up to approximately 50,000 dirhams.
Not a small fine at all.
Nope, not worth it.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts? Like, to me, I think it's really eye-opening for a country to implement laws, accepting that there's another realm essentially, and that people do have the abilities to dive into such dark magic. That's my initial thoughts.
Yeah. I think that, like, let's be honest, we've all kind of like, I mean, do we consider like tarot cards, astrology, that kind of thing? Like, where does that lie? Because that's kind of like,
Good point.
you're predicting something that also you don't know about.
But
I
also,
don't know.
like, to play devil's advocate, some people literally just don't believe in it.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly.
Have you ever had like a tarot reading or?
I've never done a tarot reading, but I have this like secret skill.
Do tell.
So okay, I do this thing where I can like read the palm of your hand
Okay.
and kind of like predict how many children you're gonna have and their gender.
Okay.
So yeah. How accurate is it?
I was gonna ask.
So far I would say I've had could potential accuracy, okay? Could potentially be 100%. Yeah, I just need to follow up with a few people. But I do a really good job. I'm pretty thorough. I obviously say, this is based on subject to my interpretation.
Can
but
you do it for
I'll
me?
do it you want me to do it right now?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
So what are we looking at exactly?
So, I can't reveal my secrets, obviously. So you kind of gotta like relax the arm a little bit and just not think.
I'm super relaxed.
Okay, great. Okay, let's do your other arm here. It's like a two-arm thing. Okay.
How soft are my arms, by the way? I put hand cream earlier.
Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay, so from the looks of it, you are going to have 2 boys.
Really?
Yeah, 2 boys.
Oh, yeah.
Potentially 2 twin boys.
No way.
Yeah.
That's all I ever wanted in life.
It is.
But also we're 5 boys, 1 girl. So that seems reasonable and realistic.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you done it to yourself?
No, you can't do it to yourself.
Why not? Could I do it to you? What are we looking at?
You don't have the magic touch.
Is it an intuition?
It's just, yeah, exactly. It's a gut feeling. But I will check in with you in a few years maybe, and we'll see how accurate this is.
A decade or 2. I don't think I want children. I'm one of these people, like when I'm 30, I'll have kids.
You want to be like a lifelong bachelor?
But not lifelong, but like I want to enjoy my life, but I also want to be a young dad.
Yeah, exactly. Like you want to be able to run around and like do fun stuff.
I hope I'd still be able to run around at the age of 30, but my thing is like if I have kids now, like financially, I'm not the most stable.
Okay.
So
emotionally?
No, just logically. I'm very like I just spend a lot, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So I don't think it would be fair for the child if I bring it into this world.
Yeah.
You know how I have the cat?
Yeah, we know about your cat.
I don't want to get her any toys. I've invested too much.
That's so mean.
Yeah, not really. I got her like a ball. I got her like a scratch post and everything, and she just doesn't use it. So imagine having a kid, buying it toys, and the kid just doesn't appreciate the value of the toy and the money put into it.
I mean, they're kids. If I go back and ask your mom right now, did Shahir appreciate every single item that you gave to him? I'm pretty sure.
I wasn't much of a toy player.
Oh, okay. You were just a humble kid.
I was very artistic. I'd drawn walls.
Okay.
So
you'd ruin walls.
Yeah.
Okay, with your art. I'm sure your mom appreciated that.
She hates it.
Yeah.
Like it was really, really bad.
Have you ever done like an actual tarot card reading though?
No, but I had my chakras read, and apparently my third eye is blocked.
Ooh, what does that mean?
I don't know. She said it's up to your own interpretation, apparently.
That's it? Like they don't give you an explanation?
No, she like takes a crystal. This was like done 7 years ago.
Okay.
And like she just like goes in like a circular motion, and she did all my chakras. And when she got to, like the temple area, I guess, she was like, your third eye is blocked. And I was like, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
She was like, you need to figure it out. I was like, I paid £10. Like, give me an answer.
A whole £10, yeah, but now you gotta go do like the soul searching. You have to have like an eat, pray, love moment, you know?
Never seen it.
Okay, watch the movie and then go to Bali and then have your moment. And then you'll figure it out.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Have you done a tarot card reading?
No, haven't.
Okay. Well,
so
chakra reading?
Maybe one day.
Psychic reading?
I like to like leave things up to, you know?
Yeah.
And just like see where the wind blows me kind of.
Dive into the deep end and see where life takes you.
Exactly. I'm all about that these days.
Sure, I'll accept it.
Thank you.
So we're gonna go on break, but right after, Casey spoke to Verdas last week, and he disclosed what it's like being a comedian, his journey, and most importantly, what it's like to be a comedian today. So stay tuned. That's it from us, and have a great weekend, guys.
Have a great weekend. Bye.
We are joined by the one and only Verdas, who will be in Dubai on May 13th for Dubai Comedy Festival. The comedian has every audience in the palm of his hand and is always making headlines. Thank you, Verdas, for joining us on the Lovin Dubai show.
Thank you so much. That is a very kind, albeit slightly inaccurate and flattering introduction. So thank you.
I wouldn't say that. Let's just jump right in. What does comedy mean to you?
Comedy to me means silliness, truth, freedom, and breath. I think laughter gives us the ability to go on. So yeah, that's what it means.
How did you first jump into comedy? When you were growing up, were you like, I want to be on stage, or were you thinking, I want to be a doctor?
No, I was definitely not thinking I want to be a doctor at any point. But I think I've always kind of been comfortable on stage since I was about 4 or 5 years old. So my parents were just like, okay, that seems to be where he lives, and he appears to have very little fear when he's on stage. So let's put him into music or debating or dramatic. So a lot of that other stuff. I only found stand up when I was like 23 years old. I was a huge Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Eddie Murphy, Eddie Izzard. I was just a huge fan of these guys. And then ended up doing like open mics when I just gotten out of college. But I just kind of had like 15, 16 years of being comfortable on stage before that happened. So that
Mhm.
helped a bit.
Can you remember like your first open mic skit? Like, was it something that you've said over and over and over in your head, or did it just kind of come naturally to you?
No, it was a joke. It was, God, what was it? Americans, you should appreciate Indians more. It's a terrible joke. You should appreciate Indians more because we drive your taxis, we sell you your groceries. We're also gynecologists and doctors. We sell you condoms late at night at news agencies. Without Indians, you'd be starving, stranded, sexless, sterile, and stupid. Was the joke. So yeah,
And do you remember the crowd's reaction?
they were just like, "This is an angry little Indian man." But I was like, uh, I mean, usually I think when foreign comedians come over to the US, they tend to be like, oh wow, look at the big buildings, and they tend to make fun of themselves more. I think it was fresh for them to see an Indian comic make fun of them a little bit. They don't get to see that often.
Who, as an audience, who are you trying to speak to with your jokes?
I mean, my audience is really diverse at this point, so I don't think you get to do that anymore once you cross a certain level of audience size. I think you're just trying to tell your story and hope that there's enough of a story at the center of the show that they want to, you know, they want to go on a journey with you. Yeah, and I think slowly but surely, audiences have started valuing authenticity a little bit more. So you're just trying to be your most authentic self.
You made a comment before about Will Smith Oscar slap, and I'm wondering that you said you've always been comfortable on stage, but are you ever nervous about stepping on someone's toes or offending people?
Not really. I think, you're never going to be able to predict what offends people. And if you do, you're not going to be an artist. If you second guess that, or if you pre worry about that, there's no sense pre worrying about something. That makes no sense. Worry about something that's happened already or after it happened. Then worry all you like. Um, but no, I think most sensible, educated people know that stand up comes from a good place. They're here to cross the line. They're here to, push the envelope a little bit. So, no, I'm not, I would never worry about something before it happens.
Speaking of like crossing a line though, how do you deal? So you know that most practical people take jokes and they're like, that's a joke, that's fine.
Yeah.
Obviously, the internet is full of people that aren't practical. So
Yeah.
when you've told a joke, it comes from a logical place, but there's people having kind of like a different reaction. How do you deal with that personally?
Alcohol. No, I have to honor their end of the conversation just like they have to honor my end of the conversation. It's only fair. So if I go up on stage with complete freedom and talk about whoever I want to, I have to grant them the same, freedom to talk about me. Uh, it's as simple as that.
100%. That makes a lot of sense. What, in your opinion, makes great comedy?
I think if you know the comedian at the end of the routine, that's important. I think we can all do a joke about the Oscars, or we can all do a joke about climate change, or we can all do a joke about Elon Musk buying Twitter, and we can all do jokes about leaders and presidents and prime ministers and all of that stuff. But at the end of a 15-minute performance or an hour and a half, like I'm going to do you know this person? Have they forged a relationship with you as a person? That's a good, along with making you laugh along the way. That's great stand up.
What's your favorite thing about your job? Is it being on stage? Is it creating the jokes? Is it the interaction with your audience?
I like having new material. So I really like knowing, like walking to the venue, knowing I have 10 new minutes that I'm going to try and I don't know how it's going to go. That's the best part of this job, is discovering how new material works.
And how do you find that new material?
I write every morning, so I try and write a little bit every morning, and then I work it out at clubs, and I kind of before like I wouldn't be bringing new material to Dubai. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be trying new shit on stage, in front of however many thousand people are going to be there. But I would definitely have written some stuff the week before and worked it out in a club before I bring it to you guys.
Speaking of not trying new things in Dubai, coming to Dubai audience, we are an audience from all over the world. Are you going to watch your tongue on stage, or what can people look forward to in your show?
I haven't done so yet. Don't plan to do it anytime in the future. The show is about really somebody reevaluating their relationship with comedy and about this world and trying to exist in a world that is changing faster than any generation can handle. That's kind of the central theme of the show. Whether you're my age, whether you're younger, whether you're older, it's just dealing with a world that is changing faster than all of us. And there's personal stories, there's stuff about freedom, there's stuff about politics, there's stuff about um, doing drugs, there's stuff about just life stories, but largely about failures and freedom.
Interesting, because speaking about how times have changed so dramatically, what is it like for comedians starting today versus when you started your career?
I think it's much better. You have YouTube, you have social media, you have Instagram. We had to do it the old way and just sleep with the audiences and get good word of mouth. No, I'm kidding. We I think it's just better to be a new comic right now. It's more democratic. There's more venues to work out material, and material comes to you easier because of the internet as well.
But then what about cancel culture? Because also new comedians need to be aware that whatever they say could land them in a mess.
I will define a mess. I don't think feedback is a mess. I don't think honoring that end of the conversation is a mess. Now, I mean, cancel culture is a very large, very complicated debate in terms of how it affects different people at different levels of their career. But I don't think, I think feedback will only ever help your art. And I think if you kind of keep at it, you'll find your brethren, you'll find your tribe, whatever end of the psychology of comedy you're on, you'll find the people that like you.
Very finally, our publication is called Lovin Dubai. So we have to ask, are you loving Dubai?
Am I loving Dubai? Yes. I know many people who are loving Dubai, or maybe loving tax-free Dubai. Like they're just like whatever this new golden visa is, everybody's like, we got to go to Dubai and like not pay taxes. So I know many people who are loving the tax situation in Dubai. That's what I know.
We appreciate your time so much. Thank you very much. That was brilliant.
Thank you.